everybody. Welcome back to Deciphering Crypto. Glad to have you back another week. This week, we are going to be talking about Monad. The ticker is possibly going to be MON, M-O-N, but we're not 100% positive yet. It hasn't been released yet. It's supposed to be released in Q3 of 2024, so in the next couple of months. It could end up being late, but we'll just have to find out. Monad is a high-performance layer 1 blockchain that optimizes Ethereum compatibility, scalability, and transaction throughput utilizing advanced innovative technologies. Now, it does this through a few different ways. I always find it interesting, and you think of a blockchain, and the Ethereum blockchain is this big computer, and it's doing transactions, and it's doing proof of stake consensus through multiple layers of communication. But even the Ethereum mainnet does right now 15 transactions a second. 15, 1-5, which I find is just crazy. And they're advancing Ethereum, and they're working towards version 2.0, and they hope to have that in the several hundreds of thousands per second in the future. But right now, Ethereum is 15 transactions a second. Even a layer 2 like Arbitrum is about 32 transactions per second regularly, but it is clocked like a maximum of, I think, like 670-ish transactions in a second. That's relatively a small amount when you're talking about functions per second on a computer. Now, Monad is boasting the capability of doing 10,000 transactions per second. It does this in a couple of different ways. One way has parallel transactions. So they're able to do multiple transactions simultaneously, which speeds up the network. And then they also have this advanced consensus mechanism, and it's called MonadBFT. The BFT stands for Byzantine Fault Tolerant, and it is an advanced hot stuff algorithm, which is pipelined, and then it reduces the number of times that the network has to communicate to confirm the transaction. Right now, Monad is in the private testnet, and so that is up and running. They were supposed to, in the middle of last Q2 of 2024, to release to the public testnet, but it hasn't released yet. And they seem like they're dragging their feet a little bit. We're into Q3 right now, and people are expecting that public testnet to launch soon. And then the mainnet is late 2024, early 2025, maybe into the middle of 2025, but we'll just have to see. So that's a little bit of the roadmap as far as the test nets and the main nets. They do plan on continued growth. They have a goal of 150 decentralized applications on board to utilize the network when it goes live, which is a lofty goal, but they definitely have some popularity and some optimism on their side. I look forward to seeing how that goes. Let's see, the user interface for this project is really not applicable at all. It's not going to be utilized by the public. It's greatly catering to developers to utilize the network and take advantage of the secure and very fast transaction speeds. Now, as far as the token, when it does launch, it's going to have a couple of utilities. It's going to be utilized for transaction fees, and then it's also going to be used for incentives. Those are the only two utilities that are for sure. I read in the literature that may be used for governance, and it could also be used for utility within some of the network's decentralized applications. Revenue streams for the protocol. Revenue streams are primarily going to be through transaction fees and through staking rewards and incentives. And then other possibilities as far as revenue streams could be enterprise solutions in the future and some partnerships and ecosystem development. Security, they're definitely addressing security. They mentioned security quite a bit as far as they're going to go through some rigorous audits. None of the audits that they've gone through on the private testnet have been published or confirmed as far as any results of those, but it does seem to be a priority, and it is mentioned quite a bit. Very optimistic that the audit process they go for is going to be well above typical standards. Let's see, as far as support, primarily the support is going to be through Discord. They have a Telegram, but from what I've seen, it's just X posts and some announcements on the Telegram, but the Discord has substantially more users, and that's where you would go if you had any questions or any development support questions or anything of that nature. Which brings me to reputation. Reputation is very good. Lots of people are very optimistic about this project. The team is fully doxed, and they have a lot of experience and seem to be a very talented group of individuals. Now, the Discord has about 368,000 people in the Discord. It's a pretty fun community. They have a community calendar. They just have this purple theme in a lot of the memes they do. They do AMAs on Monad Mondays, and they talk to the community, and they have different events that energize the community as well as publicize the protocol itself. Seems like it's a really fun and contagious group of people. Now, they have some partnerships. Some of the partners they have is actually a protocol that I did a few episodes ago, and it's Layer 0. Then they also have the Pith network, and they also have the Hex Trust. And next we come to investors in the project. They definitely have some pretty heavy hitters. Paradigm, Dragonfly Capital, Electric Capital, and Coinbase Ventures. So they have raised hundreds of millions of dollars for this project, and there is a bunch of enthusiasm to see how this can positively impact the Ethereum ecosystem. Tokenomics, there really are none yet. They haven't announced any plans. So we'll have to see how that goes when they release some more information. The token generation event, it was slated, I think, in the documentation for Q3 of 2024. So it could be any time. I know it is greatly anticipated, and we're looking forward to seeing how that goes. Most likely, this project, when it releases, is going to be at least $1 billion market cap, and depending on the popularity and the applications that utilize the network, it could be worth several $1 billion. And we'll kind of have to see from the launch how all that enthusiasm and energy and optimism moves forward after the launch. I hope you found this video interesting. That pretty much does it for Monad. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and subscribe. I really appreciate you coming on this crypto journey with me. Remember, none of this is financial advice. Crypto is very risky. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week on Deciphering Crypto. Take care.